Well, glorious Saturday, I think. We in the building. You're now listening to For Better or For Worse. And
What's in your cup?
IMVA verse next to me today. Because
The
we're in
stack
a
of a cross.
different setting. Yeah. It's my beautiful wife, Z.
Hey, hey.
I am Ricky T.
I am Shantae, better known as Lady Tay 80.
Lady Tag, real run punch on the ones and twos.
Ones and twos.
Oh, yes. I'm on the ones and twos.
VA verse is actually
That's
on the ones
my
and twos.
part today.
He behind the 16,000 button.
Yeah, it's a lot of buttons. And I only know how to use like 4. A lot of buttons. This is finally here. We've been talking about this for a few weeks now. And this is going to be a nice experiment where we're going to mix together our 2 shows for episode. You'll be able to check it out on available from us and available from What's in Your Cup as well. So definitely thank you. Shout outs. You guys give shout outs before you start, or
Shouts to everybody that pushed play. Shouts to everybody out there that's listening at work.
Whoop, whoop. Hey, beep up.
got shout outs. We got we like they got the transistor thing. It shows us where people like listen to our podcast at and stuff like that. So we got a shout out
To our international family.
to Ireland. We got some plays in Ireland.
Ireland.
In
All right.
Paris.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
Paris.
it was France, but yeah, Paris is in France, right?
That's the same
Yeah.
place.
This is
Is he trying to mess up my
France is
shouts?
very wild.
So your
The
boy
U-
acting
shout out to the UK.
UK.
Yeah, we got that. And then, of course, shout out to everybody out here that listens and people back home that listen. So, yeah, shout out to everybody.
Thanks, guys.
I think we wanted to get started today and just we want to dive into you guys' topics, y'all format.
Well, our main topic was basically when it comes to relationships. And, do people court anymore? It used to be where, you just kind of look, you look forward to going to, back from where we from, the beach. I know y'all from VA, so there's a beach out there too. But, just small things like just going to the beach and just getting that quality time. Nowadays it's like, I met you today. You gave it up 3 days later. Now I'm your boyfriend.
3 days. Normally
We were
it's
actually
like
2 days.
Look,
You know what I'm saying?
They be like, oh, I done had a couple drinks. These drawers about to come off.
But he said 3 days. Usually, okay, y'all went out, y'all smashed, whatever y'all call it. Y'all don't have a title, so to speak, but I'm going to get mad if you talking to somebody else,
Yeah.
even though I didn't ask you to be my boyfriend or vice versa. I didn't ask you to be my girlfriend, but it's so, even when we got together, we still did like just little stuff. Like we went to the beach. We just go to
Right.
the beach and walk around. Like
Right.
we didn't have to do something. It was just we
Yeah,
went
it didn't
and did that.
necessarily have
Yeah.
to cost money.
Right.
But we gonna go somewhere.
Yeah, we're going to
Yeah,
do
we
something.
would go to
Right.
eat and then go to the beach, or we would still go to baseball games
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Just something real.
We went to what? Theme parks? Kings Dominion and Busch Gardens?
Well, back then, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's funny is we was actually talking about this last night.
Yeah.
We were talking about the word dating. So, and that's what y'all mean with that, right?
Yeah.
Now, let's ask them because this was a little argument and we was trying to talk about
let's talk to y'all about
Uh-oh.
what the meaning of dating is. So, like, I think we were watching a show. We were watching Grey's Anatomy.
well,
And
that's what y'all
and one of the characters, a couple of the characters, their son was dating.
Dr. Bailey.
Yeah,
See, because he
dating
messing
a
it up.
young girl, and he called it talking. We're talking,
Oh,
which
okay.
is a term. And then
Right.
me and her started debating whether or not what talking means. Like,
No.
if-
What does talking
'cause-
mean to y'all? Don't try to lead them on to the video side.
No, I'm not.
What does talking mean to you guys versus dating? Or is it the same thing?
I would say talking is the first stage of just trying to get to, it's like the fill out period.
Yeah.
Would we vibe? Would we get along? What does she like? Do she give a fuck
That's
what
the
I like?
that's the getting to know each other.
Isn't that the words that I use?
Right,
Yeah.
but I feel
Last
like dating is
night.
the same thing.
I think dating is the second stage.
I think if you're dating, then you're my boyfriend.
Yeah, now you're.
If I'm talking to you,
then I can talk to whoever I want.
Exactly. Don't be looking at my phone when I'm with you. When I'm not. But if we're dating, then we're exclusive.
Yeah, we're exclusive. Yeah.
I disagree.
Uh-oh.
I
Well,
disagree completely. I think dating, it's like when you say I'm going on a date, you don't necessarily have to go on a date with somebody that you're serious with, and when I feel like when you're dating, like that's like when you're trying out new people, you're trying to get to know. I feel like it's the same thing as talking.
If I'm going on a date with you, though, and I'm going on a date with you, I can go on a date with somebody that I'm talking to because we're just gonna go to dinner. We may go to the movie, and you're gonna drop me the heck off.
And that's it.
But
Right,
if we're
right.
then we can go to the movie. We can go to dinner. You may get some booty. Then I might
Then
sleep
drop her
over.
off. You know?
You know exactly. Like if we talking though,
like ain't none of that going down.
Right. You know, if I'm
maybe a smash and dash, but that doesn't mean you my boyfriend.
Smash and dash.
I feel you. So when you guys say courting, do you guys mean like inside of a relationship, or like when you are in the early stages, do you court or do you just
in the very
in
early
the
stages. Yeah,
I don't feel like people do. I feel like on like social media a lot of times be like that courting. Like that's courting now.
Yeah, that you just got that person number.
Yep.
Exactly.
I posted your picture, so
And I liked it.
I liked it.
So
And
if
my
I follow you on social media, then you my boo. Like, we together now.
We talking.
And I just think that's so sad though.
Yeah,
Like
it's
back
so
in the
different
day, you used to go places.
Did we court though? We didn't. Did we court?
Well, it was kind of fast with us.
Yeah.
Well, I think
We didn't court.
not necessarily. I think once we were dating, we were courting because we had some stuff going on. With my car getting stolen.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
And
I listened to the
Yeah,
show.
no.
I listened to the show.
when we in between houses and things like that. I mean, with us, I don't think we necessarily courted, but I mean, we still went. We went out to eat.
Right.
We went, to the beach. We went. So I mean, I guess, but at that point in time, we were pretty much dating. So, but while we were dating, we were courting. But don't get it twisted because he ain't get no booty until, because he thought he was going to smash and he did not. I like to just throw that out there because he really did think he was going to smash and he did.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was impressed.
Wasn't pressed.
Them
Say he took
whack
his
ass
time.
lines.
Say he took his
She's like,
time.
look, let me tell you the real.
You ain't gonna get my charger out the car either. See,
You just going to air me out in front of the people? Really? Tell everybody you don't get no booty. And what happened to, if I'm with you, then no matter who calling me. That go out the window.
Oh.
So
I needed my
disrespectful.
sounds because you was shooting at me, so I was finna.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad it's gone.
But I don't think we didn't. We courted, I guess, if you wanna say, but I don't feel like we did. Like as far as what the definition of it really is, and what you were about to say just now when you was like, back in the day, like you had to, take them out on a date and
You had to ask them out. And then you was like, okay, what time you going to pick me
Yeah,
up?
pick me up.
7.
Come to the door. Like,
Open my door for me.
I know back in the day when I was dating somebody who will remain nameless.
Not me.
No, it wasn't you. What I hated was that when he would come and pick me up, you're honking the horn.
Am I rough the dog?
And I'm like, I'm standing at the door like, that ain't for me. So let me just go back and sit down.
Exactly.
Because you know my daddy
Oh, yeah.
ain't having that. Who the hell is out there honking? Nah, he need to come to this door.
Exactly.
Like, we ain't doing that. But
Heck
even
no.
now, with Rick, he opens the door. He opens the car door. Even now. And at first, I was looking at him like,
What is you doing?
what are you doing? Like, oh, okay. I had to get used to it because I was not used to it
Right.
prior. And
Right.
he still does it. And we've been together for forever. So it
Been
was,
some years.
yeah, it has.
But that's good. That shows the kind of person that he is.
Mhm.
Because, like, Verse, he'll open up. Like, I'll stand in front of the door. Like, if I'm walking in front of him and he had to get something from the car, he'll still open the door. So I know that I don't open the door. So when I go to the door, I'll just stand there and he'll just open the door and stuff like that. So
See,
I mean,
we
that's
still
good.
out. We still out here. We still out
They
here.
do exist.
We still out here.
Few and far between, but y'all
Oh
still
yeah.
here.
Oh yeah.
Look
Oh
under them
yeah.
rocks. Look under them rocks.
Yeah. Because we see it all the
Where you
time.
at?
We were back home. I think we were at Chili's.
Oh yeah.
Getting them fish and chips.
Oh no, we was. I forgot what we got. And these
Yeah.
young dudes came through. It was like 4 dudes and 4 girls, 3 dudes, 3 girls. Anyway, the girls was opening the door for themselves. I was like, man, this was gonna happen though, because I think they was already at the bar.
Yeah.
And we went to the bar, and when they was leaving, they was just opening the door for themselves. I was like, now watch what's gonna happen. They gonna get home and they gonna want some booty, even though they ain't open the
Ain't
door.
open one door.
They nothing.
Like, what happened to making the other person feel special? Not necessarily making the woman feel special, because I mean that's still important.
Right.
But what happened to making the other person feel special? Like, what happened to all of that? Like, okay, I can have your food made, make food, bring it to you. That doesn't necessarily mean that you submissive. That doesn't necessarily mean
Not at all.
anything. It's like, what happened to that though? Now it's like, don't you got legs? Excuse me.
Like I do, however.
Ain't it?
But
Like,
you were
what in the
cooking,
world?
so
Yeah.
Can I get a
Can
plate?
I get a plate right quick? Like, what is you doing?
Which brings me to the next question. When you're at like a family gathering and you make a plate for your husband, like some people will look at you weird. They'll be like, "Oh, he can't get his own food? That's my husband. Why should he have to go get his own?
And
Right? Like, I
I'm
mean,
right
he
here.
can,
Yeah.
but I'll ask him, do you want a plate, or
Exactly.
do you want me to make it? Even just in case he doesn't want to eat right now or something like that. But yeah, people be like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? Serving my man. What you doing? Looking over there lonely.
With your no man having
with
self.
your 4 little dogs and shit.
Hey.
You ain't got no man now.
See, this is why, because we ain't making plate.
That's why. That's why.
Make the man a plate.
Ain't it?
Yeah, I do that when we're at family functions.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, "Do you want something?" And he'll be like, "Yes or no." Okay,
Right.
what do you want?
Yeah.
It ain't nothing to just do it. 'Cause
Exactly.
he does it for me.
Exactly.
The same thing.
And
So
sometimes it's like, yeah, just give me some chicken, or it's like, whatever's over there, just put it on the
Put
plate.
everything on the plate.
Just put everything
Everything
on
On
there.
little dab at
a scoop of everything.
I want a sampler plate.
Yeah, I love it when you make my plates for me when we go like to places and stuff like that.
I definitely don't mind doing it. I don't know what happened to it, because people kind of look at you weird.
Right.
Or what was the recent thing that happened with your punk ass friend that you work with?
Oh.
Since you at my beck and call.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
So I was at work and I came over to like one of the areas at work, and one of the guys was like saying to another one of the guys that he was like, man, he was like, every time you turn around, your girlfriend calling you, man. You always on the phone with your girlfriend and stuff. He was like, yeah, and he was like explaining and stuff like that. And I came in the conversation at this point, so I was like, yeah, I've been trying to like answer the phone every time my wife calls. No matter what's going on, I want to answer the phone, even if I gotta be like, hey baby, what's up? Hey, I'm kind of busy right now. Did you need me? Did you need something?
Yeah.
Real quick. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'll talk to you later. Boom. Even if I can't really talk, I just want to answer the phone always when she calls, because you never know what somebody could be calling for.
Right.
Yep. Could be an emergency.
Yeah. So he was like, you are super nigga. You want to be super husband. Oh, back and call ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, hey, call it what you want, but that's where I'm at in my life, where I want to be. I want to, like, that's one of my goals, is to like go. And I'd be mad like when I pick up my phone, I'm like, Mr. Call.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I've been trying to do that a lot.
That just be making me mad because his dusty dick ass. Okay, because he got a woman. Like, what about your relationship?
Yeah.
With your dusty ass dick?
Yeah.
Like, first of all, don't be talking shit
Right.
about us over here.
Right.
Oh, you back and call ass. First of all, what happens in your household
Yeah.
that you so angry?
Right,
Is
that
you
you-
not getting your plate made?
Yeah.
Like, wait
Is
a
you-
minute.
is you
That
not-
made me so mad.
Is you not getting lovely long time or something?
Exactly. Or you coming up short.
Coming up
that.
well.
Brother,
Wow.
like I was so mad. I was just like, "Oh, for real? Oh, do I gotta go to work with you?"
We got a situation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Just because you can figure in a 20-second timeout, that don't mean that we got,
Exactly. So that means that we all coming up now.
We all coming up short now.
That's you.
Oh,
Get on my
yeah.
dang nerves. I was so dang mad when I.
Like,
bro, we got a
excuse
problem.
me?
We got a problem.
What's
Exactly. We got a problem. Moon stars, quasars.
Let's go. Let's go. Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
We experienced that when we worked together.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's got to be it. Tell us more about working together.
Oh my. Well, okay, we worked in 2 different departments, 2 different floors,
Same
building,
Same building.
and people knew he was my husband before he came to work there. So when he did come, he would come down. We would go to break together. We would take walks, 15-minute break. We go to lunch together. There would be this one particular co-worker that would see us. We would hold hands. We still hold hands. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Shouts to Miss
I
Amiga.
don't understand people who don't hold
Right.
hands. My husband got this fatty on the back of him. Lord Jesus, yes. And I touch it all the time. Like, I just be like, come on here. That nigga
What does that have to do with holding hands?
No, because I'm just saying, first of all, don't cut me out. 'cause
That's
this-
for holding your hand.
and I'm like, I just
Something.
think that when you can, why not touch? Like, why
Right.
not touch each other? I love to see couples who still arm in arm or
Yes.
holding hands or hugging
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I
It'd
just
be
think
cool
that
when you
it's
see old
important.
people.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's gonna be
yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
they
That's so cute. That's gonna be us
That's
when we
gonna
get
be us.
older.
We're gonna be old talking about in the glass.
But
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
every time we would hold hands. Every time she would see us, oh, y'all just so sickening.
So
Oh, you
sickening.
just get on my nerves.
Break it up.
Break
She'll
it
walk
up.
behind
She'll
us.
walk and break it up.
Break
We're
it
like,
like that. Just break it up.
Such a hater.
Just 'cause you
you
mad,
know,
just
cut
'cause-
it out.
Just because you love but don't like your husband.
Can't stand the man.
Oh God.
But y'all still
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
Just looking at him while he sleep. Is he bleeding?
Yeah, he
His blood is
bleeding.
bleeding.
Damn.
Still breathing. Damn it. Damn.
Damn. My plan ain't gonna never work.
But that's good that you guys had that same relationship and that closeness while you're working, because then you got to go home with each other.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
So that wasn't a bad thing, like at all. Like too much.
No, a lot of people asked us that too, but it wasn't, because after those breaks, we still had to go back to our own
Right, we were in
departments.
2 different worlds
Yep.
for most of the day.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I would see him maybe an hour
Yeah,
a
You
day.
guys had the same schedule though.
yeah.
That's
same
dope.
schedule.
That's dope.
So we carpooled, all that.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Now it's a little different.
It's different now because she works in she works a whole nother company now.
Yeah.
So now it's to the point where we don't see each other throughout the day, and so it makes you kind of miss each other more.
Yeah,
and
and
I
I
didn't
get
realize that.
yeah. He
Yeah.
was, I missed you today, girl. He'll come like he'll hear the alarm on the car, click or whatever,
Yeah.
and I'm walking up the stairs, and I can hear the door open, and it's him coming. Oh, I
Yeah.
missed you
Yeah.
today. I'm
Come
like,
and get the backpack, you know.
That is awesome. My kids still laugh at me because when I hear him come through the door, I still light up. Every time I hear him come up, he's here. And my daughter be like, and so, bruh, it's Matt. You
Bruh,
back?
Matt.
Then I'm have
Bruh,
to, and
it's
I tell her
Matt.
all the time I have to grab him on the booty when he come in. Oh my God! That's
Yeah,
right.
really traumatizing Leah.
That's right. All on it. I sure do. That's she get because that's she be like, you want to see something else?
I'm giving you the G-rated version.
Exactly. I'm
I'm
gonna
about
go
to
in the
really
room.
going on.
Yeah.
The G-rated version. That's hilarious. So you guys have? You wanted to go into one of ours, maybe switch off.
Did you want to talk about the other stuff, or did you want to just go straight to ours?
What other stuff? What you talking about, woman?
Well, there's the Cardi B stuff that I know you had your rant about.
Oh, I don't got a rant.
You had one.
Oh,
Cause
it's
the
someone
whole
on
hood
Facebook?
side
Oh,
came
yeah,
out on
used to.
Facebook.
Uh-oh.
You guys want to talk about stuff
Do
like that?
We can
Yeah,
do that.
let's go.
I'm down with Jesse Smollett getting.
What happened with that? Because I was gonna ask you.
I'm gonna say it like this.
Hold on, because you're looking at me. Do you think he was faking?
I mean,
Yep. Legit.
Keep it on the real lady type.
Legit.
Legit.
Johnson legit. Yeah. Because I'm like, first of all, why would you go out at 2 in the morning to go get you a sandwich. Don't you have people
That can go do that
that
for you.
do that for you?
Like you can't play me with that.
Like, and then okay, they're yelling out, "This is MAGA country." Okay. But then when it comes down to it, the dudes that are buying the stuff for your alleged attack, big buff African dudes. I don't think they would be the ones to be like, "This is MAGA country. I'm gonna kick your ass. Oh, you gay too?" I don't know.
That
Justin.
okay, so I want to believe him, but that was one thing that I was kind of like, these some let us free
Yeah.
type
For
niggas.
real.
And
Like
why
some
would they
other
scream
stuff.
out MAGA country?
Right.
Like, unless they talking about weak team Kanye, I don't know why.
But why would you? be
Yeah, like
saying
maybe if you was gonna pay. First of all, I think they was mad at him because he skimped them on that money. Because if he only gave him $3,200,
to
I'm sure
split,
that
child.
I'm sure that Empire money.
Yeah, and you know he got Empire money, and I
I
bet
would have
you.
been a little mad about that.
Yeah.
So that's probably why they was like, "Oh, we gonna tell on you
Yeah.
because it's a book." But I'm just like, if that was the case, if he did, I was wondering why he didn't hire some white people
At
to
least.
do it.
Right.
If you gonna
If
Make
you're
it
MAGA
believable.
yeah,
country,
if you're gonna
Yeah.
go that route and
Yeah.
do it that way, I'm like,
but I would hope. I mean, I wouldn't want this to happen in real life to anybody. But
No.
Not at
I would
all.
hope he was telling the truth though, because to me it makes me think of his psychological. Like, what was going through your mind to make you want to say that?
do that.
To be like, oh yeah, because I'm gay, because I'm black, you know,
Yeah.
because this kind of thing happens to people. I saw
It really
one
does.
Oh
thing
yeah.
on Instagram when T.I. was like this guy, he drives a 18-wheeler and they found him hung in his 18-wheeler. Like, this kind of thing happens to
happens.
people.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's weird because when that happens, everybody's like, oh my gosh, dang, it's uproar. But when you came with your foolishness, it was just like, something don't smell
Like,
People
right.
was
yeah,
like, some ain't
something
right about
clicking
this.
together that
You know.
this is a legit issue for you.
I think that he just thought that we was just gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
But you can't be in Chicago and negative 100 degrees.
Right.
You talking
You
about I'm
talking
going
about
to get a
getting
I'm
a
sandwich.
gonna go
sandwich.
get a sandwich right now.
A sandwich though?
Nah,
I'm like,
homie.
they got
Look,
DoorDash.
I was finna say,
Grubhub
you
and all
can
that.
afford all that.
Yeah.
You can afford
So,
you can afford the upscale that don't nobody know about.
They
You
was in
weren't hungry before
they
you
was in
got
Chicago, like on phone them. No, little buddy won't out there that late like that.
Exactly. Because you get shot for breathing. Like, was that
Okay.
air coming out your mouth? Like, you know, like,
Break
no.
yourself.
So I guess in an effort to be exact, I guess what would happen. March 26th, the Cooks County State Attorney Office announced that all charges against Smollett are dropped and his record will be wiped. The office says Smollett forfeited his $10,000 bond payment and did 2 days community service. In a brief statement, Smollett said he's been truthful and consistent on every single level since day one.
But why did you
Chicago
have to
mayor,
do community service?
why would
If
you
I'm a
have to
victim,
forfeit your bond?
Yeah.
Well, Smollett's team says that was voluntary, and again the question would then come up about the bond. You wouldn't forfeit your
Right.
bond
If you were
I'm
in
not
the-
doing 1 second of community service if I was
being truthful.
attacked
Yeah.
and I had a noose put around my neck and I thought I was going to be killed. I wish I would pick up some dang old trash by the freeway when I was attacked.
Right.
That doesn't
It doesn't make sense.
And I want all my
And
coins
I want all
back.
my money back.
By the way.
exactly.
Every
If I was a
time.
victim. Yeah.
Chicago Mayor
sense.
Raheem Emanuel and Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson expressed fury over the decision to say that they stand by the accusations against Smollett. Emanuel calls the move a whitewash of justice and implies Smollett fame help him get off.
But that's just like everybody though.
Yeah.
Everybody's fame.
Get some
Yeah.
off.
Let's not get with the kills because
Yeah,
his fame
yeah.
definitely done got him off
Yeah.
for the last 30 years
Yeah.
that they've been crying rape on him.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
One more
Very
thing.
true.
State prosecutor Joe Maggots, or Maggots. I didn't want to just think it was maggots, but I think it's maggots.
It might be maggots.
Who made the decision to drop the charges, tells CBN News he still believes Smollett is guilty. He says his office needs to focus on violent crimes, and he feels Smollett had done enough to wipe this clean.
But how can he do enough to wipe it clean? He ain't go to jail.
Yeah.
He went to jail. He got out though.
No,
He
that's
bonded
not
out.
jail. I'm
He
talking
got
about you
processed.
ain't
He
had a
went-
wet.
he went
You
to
ain't
the whole
had.
jail. He didn't go to
He got
jail.
You ain't,
processed.
exactly. You ain't had on the little orange jumpsuit or
Nah.
nothing.
Right.
They didn't even close the doors on
Nah.
you. You
Yeah.
still had on
You
your
feel
little
like he should have went to
ascot.
jail?
I don't feel like I said. I feel as though I want to believe him. I want this to be true only because of the kind of person that you would think that he is. Just as a person in general, you
Right.
want to be like, I want to believe you.
Mhm.
I want to say that that this is true, but it's just a lot of holes in the story.
Right.
It's looking like Swiss cheese in this hole. Like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted it to have a day in court so that he can really prove his side and that they can prove their side and that you get, with your peers and it's just like, okay, I was found not guilty.
Right.
But now you got, the police still think you're guilty,
Yeah.
but we're going to just let you
just
off.
gonna let you go.
everything. I'm like,
That doesn't make any sense. So it's like if his fame got him off, then what does that say about the chief or whoever wiped his slate clean?
Right.
Yeah.
What does it say about you then
Mhm.
that someone can just come in, do 2 days of community service, give you $10,000
and everything is good.
and everything's fine?
Yeah,
And,
no.
and if it was voluntary, then 2 days ain't enough. If it is voluntary,
Right.
2 days, no, homie.
Why would it be voluntary if you're telling the truth?
But if
though?
you're telling
Right,
the truth,
right.
it shouldn't even be 2
It
days.
shouldn't,
You
be, on,
should-
it shouldn't be
voluntary.
on the table.
I don't know what victim of any kind of crime will be like, okay, well, I'm going to do community
I'm
service. I
community
wish the hell I
service.
would do
Like,
community.
nah,
No, I'm not. I ain't doing a goddamn thing.
Jesse was nominated for an Image Award too.
They took it back.
He didn't win it. I mean, I don't see how.
I'm
you
like,
could,
He
I don't
not
see how you
going
could
to
win.
win
I don't see how Jesse in this moment can win
Anything.
Anything.
Image Award.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
Image Award.
Your image is a little
Yes.
tarnished,
It's
my
very
friend.
tainted.
It's a little,
You don't
it's a
got
little
no
tart.
It's a
image.
little, it's a little tart right
You
now.
don't got it. It's not even image with you. It's like imagine.
Image.
It's not. You don't have an image. It's an imagination.
Yeah, that's what you got.
You imaginate. Okay. Yeah. So. Oh, also, I wanted to say too. I think low key, because we was talking about this on our show. And we was like, why is the LGBT community so quiet? And I was like, I was thinking about this the other day when I heard he got off. I was like, I think they've been quiet because low key, like they just been like formating, like they had like a big LGBTQ meeting. You know what I'm saying? They had a big meeting. It was like, how we gonna get Jesse through
What we
this?
going to do about this nigga?
Yeah, how we gonna clean this up?
He
They
making
won't-
us look bad.
And you know them, they will formulate. They will
Yeah, they
formulate.
will.
Like,
They will boycott and them
Yes.
assless chaps.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
they had a secret
They
meeting.
stick
All the
together,
time
child.
at the Pride Parades, I told Verse, I was like, all I want to see is somebody in some assless chaps for real. Like, I know it's gonna be, and sure enough, it was. And I took a picture, and I was like, look at this. I want to see this now. You gotta see. I told you it's gonna be there. I told you it's gonna be there.
They had a secret meeting, and they figured out how to get them good, and they got them, and now
That's it.
go back to life.
Does he still have a job?
I think because he's dropped like that, I think they're gonna keep him on.
I think they gonna keep.
I think they're gonna keep him on. I think that and since this has happened, they said that the ratings were down on Empire.
Oh, so just
So
that alone, they might
I
bring
think
him
if
back.
he's
yeah.
if
But he
he's
was
present,
still on there on Empire. Well, the last one that I saw, but I was kind of hesitant about watching it too. To be honest, I mean, I just didn't know how to feel about it in general.
Right.
if he's still present, people are gonna watch because they're gonna want to know what they do to him, if they're gonna kill him
Yeah.
off.
Right. Like now, what's the story going to
Yeah,
be?
what's the storyline gonna be?
But does with all of this, with it being dropped mysteriously and all this stuff around
Well
him,
played.
and then it's just like Empire. He's the star from Empire. You think it was a little publicity stunt?
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Because I mean, every
be.
time someone says Jesse, they say the Empire actor.
Yeah.
The Empire, it's
What's
always
another,
in there.
could be because what's another thing we was talking about on that episode? We was talking about the Kardashians, right?
And they
Guess what they just announced?
the trailer.
New season. Yeah, they
Yep.
just dropped the trailer
Oh,
for the new
damn.
season. Oh yeah. Oh, conveniently like a week after.
After all the
What's going on,
Tristan
Lady
Thompson.
Yeah. I was
What-
like,
what's going
they
on?
so nice.
Man, them Kardashians.
They
So
been
nice. They
on-
nice. They good.
Don't get her started.
They are good. They're good because we keep talking. And then boom, season.
I think they.
How many seasons they been on?
Was going
I think it's 6.
No.
No, it's like 16.
Yes.
I want to say it's 6 though.
No, I think I just read it, and it was like the 16th season of the Keeping Up, and I'm
Bro,
like,
for real, yes.
because of all y'all damn drama. I ain't.
So the Ray J tape came out 16 years ago. Ain't that when all they? Ain't that how they?
Damn, was it 16? No, it can't be 16
It couldn't be
years ago.
16, right? Well, she
Maybe
already.
maybe the show was already out. We just, us black people.
Oh, wasn't
Yeah,
paying
we
no
wasn't
damn attention to that
watching
shit.
it. Until
And
Ray
then
J-
that video came out. It's like, oh,
who's
she
that? I was
old.
like, push play. What is this?
What's she
crossed
telling?
over.
Yeah.
You normally cross over from a black audience to a white audience, but she crossed over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's
She
true.
been black ever since. Black man.
Wow. So let's see here. 2008 to 2018. That depend. I guess that depends on those was awards. I don't know how many seasons. I'm trying to see.
Oh, grip.
But yeah, forget about them. Anyway, we want to talk
Moving
about,
on now.
we want to talk about the Cardi B situation, right? It's 16 seasons too. My bad.
16.
231 episodes.
Damn.
But I don't think a season is like a year.
Sometimes it might not be.
Yeah.
It might
Yeah.
not be.
And it might be just the episodes
That's
that
still
they
a grip.
do. Yeah, still a grip.
That's a grip.
Those, yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
That's a lot of coins.
Those white people shows be getting multiple seasons in a
Yeah.
year.
They sure
Like
do.
Yeah.
our seasons be the year. Like no, it's not a season. It's a year.
It's a year.
Yeah.
It's year 1, year 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
power be on and then off.
Like, it just came on.
You like, jeez, y'all watch Power?
We ain't got
We
that.
have
We,
it.
we, yeah.
have
Yeah.
it.
Uh-oh.
I would if I had stars.
What y'all watch? What shows do y'all watch together?
We watched Maury.
I like Maury.
That's like that's dinner time.
Like,
dinner
ooh,
time.
I just, why all the people gotta fall on the floor though? Like,
Fall on the
you
floor.
had you kind of had an inkling that he wanted the daddy.
You are
kinda,
not the father.
and then you fall all over.
when
Get up.
you
Get
when
up.
you are on there multiple times
Mhm.
And you fall every
and
time.
you fall
And you
every
and
Get your ass up. At that point in time, it's just like,
it's like, girl, we were like, ooh, we remember that one.
Yeah.
She was on there with whoop whoop, and he wasn't the daddy.
And sometimes it'd be 2 dudes and 3
2,
dudes.
3
And
dudes.
none of these dudes.
at
do
any point in
that.
time, is you embarrassed?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
don't
embarrassed
wanna
for you,
stop?
'cause
Don't you wanna
Right,
stop?
like sister.
By the second time, they like, he not the daddy. I'm the,
Like, all right. Well,
Like,
all
you
right.
don't need to come on
Don't
here.
come on here no more.
People
You gotta
get on
pay
there.
us.
Yeah. I think it was one girl. Was she on it like 10 times?
Yeah. And
seen
had
one
multiple
back- way
people.
back in the
Every
day.
time.
I seen one way back in the day. It was like 16.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
every
Stop
time
it.
wasn't the daddy.
Like, that's enough.
And you falling out.
your
Yeah,
whole
so-
card is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Like, you sit down.
It's getting It's getting tattooed.
Oh, baby.
It's getting tattooed like a
Sign up sheet.
And,
Like,
and
jeez.
they gotta be getting paid to do those.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
I
so.
think so too.
I mean, it's more entertainment than anything else.
Yeah, we just laugh. We like, that ain't us.
Ain't it? Woo.
Woo! That ain't us.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
What do we watch together? We watched that. You guys watch Insecure?
No, we don't have no another
Okay.
movie channels.
Yeah.
That's another
Yeah,
show
that's
I was
HBO,
watching.
that's
yeah.
HBO.
Yeah, we could all.
That show is bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Insecure
I hear
is
about
very
that.
bomb.
Yeah, it's a very good show. Very good black show. I like it. I like it.
Now we gotta get it.
So I'm telling you, we gotta stop playing and just pick one up and just.
We
roll
were
with it.
watching. What were we watching? Orange is the New Black.
Oh yeah. We had watched
We
that
were watching that.
first 3 seasons.
I
was it?
think I watched the first couple. I watched it until the black girl got killed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
we were
I was
sad.
real sad about that.
Yeah,
I was like, I
we
ain't
were
watching
sad.
this no more. 'Cause this made me sad. Like I hate sad stuff. Like I really do. And I just be like, this made me tear up. I ain't watching this no more.
Yeah.
Like I'm done.
Yeah. We were on that tough for a while.
I mean, tough. And then it just started losing its.
It was just like Empire. We were on Empire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
First came out, we was like, ooh, yeah, Empire.
What 2
Yeah.
seasons?
We were
was
on. And then we
Yeah.
were like,
Then that started falling off.
Nah,
Yeah.
son, I could watch something else.
Yeah, I feel like Empire regressed.
Yeah.
I started watching it after the second season. Like halfway through the second season, I stopped. Y'all kept
Mm-hmm.
going.
And then
I watch it because my mom watches that.
Do you guys have any shows that like one of you like but the other person does not like at all? Like,
I wouldn't say at all. Like she's a big Chop fan.
oh, Chop.
Chopper
is the shit.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
love me some
I,
Chopped.
I'll watch it, but
Yo, Chopped is the
God.
shit, bro. Chopped is the shit.
hey, I be going for people though.
He be like, ooh,
Who
what
you be
is
going?
that?
You be going for the black people?
Yo,
I mean,
yeah.
you know, yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
Did y'all see?
Yeah.
Did y'all see the episode where Venus and Serena's
Man, the steak
chef was
lady.
up there?
Yeah, ooh.
She acted a
Ooh,
fool
She
up there.
was
With
so
the onions?
What's the
stank.
onions? The one I can't believe.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
believe
Yeah,
he
yeah,
won.
yeah.
I'll be back, and you came
She
back
was-
and got chopped
And got chopped
again.
again.
bro,
Oh, she came
bro.
back again.
And
Yeah,
got chopped
and
I think we
again.
saw
chopped
that
again.
one when she got
Yeah.
chopped
'Cause
again.
she
And
was
I was
acting
happy.
right.
I was happy she got chopped
She was
again.
Yeah.
acting right that episode.
She sure was, but I was like, so we remember your
Like, you
stank
was
behind
like, yeah,
her.
you was stank the first time.
Like, no,
ain't
so
chop her.
shame.
I don't care what you make. Chop her.
I was so embarrassed. I was like,
You like, why, girl?
Why are you representing us like
yeah.
this?
She had it like, oh, you can't even lose like everybody else lose. Everybody else lose and be like,
Like, all
By
right.
Ain't
golly.
like, dang.
Yeah.
Darn. Or they got little tears like, I got job. Like, I
Well,
got job with the
thank,
family.
thank you for the experience.
Thank you
Like,
for the opportunity. No, she
yeah.
was like, nah.
I can't
Nah,
believe
I can't
you
believe
chopped
you
me,
chopped
but
me.
okay, like, you don't get yourself behind
Security.
come and
Security.
come and get her.
Simone annoys me. She has this thing. I have a show that I love to watch, and she always claims that she hates to watch it, but she'll watch it when I put it on.
What's that?
Like it has to be me putting it on without her consent for it to happen. Like I can't be like, "Yo, you want to watch this show?"
What?
She's gonna be like, "Nah, I don't want to watch that show." But if I put it on, she'll watch it, and she'll be watching and laughing and everything. What show is it?
Wildin'.
Yep, Wildin' Out. She swears she don't like Wildin' Out, but if it's on, she is into
And I
it.
be mad too because I really be laughing. I be like, nope, I'm not gonna watch it. I be on my phone and I'm like, damn, got me again. Got me again.
Let me put my phone down and watch
And
it.
then I'll be like, let's watch this stupid show. And then I'll be like, okay, we just gonna watch it.
But her favorite show is First 48.
Oh, that's my sister right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
I love it.
She loves
Which
that
is
show.
sad. Which is so sad because I be talking to the thing. I be like, what you lying? You know you children. Like, stop lying. That's it. That's it. We're going to have to handle you with force. Come over there. Like, stop lying.
Yeah.
But you know what? One of the shows that they had was really, really sad. And I think, like, it was an innocent guy. Well, most of the time they are innocent. But, like, the guy he wasn't mentally ill, but he took medicine. And it was him and a friend, and his friend got drunk. And one of the girls ended up, like, taking the guy's keys and was like, you can't drive like this. You are too drunk, blah, blah, blah. So she went to this house. So the drunk guy ended up banging on the door of wherever the house was. And this guy comes outside and he's like, yo, I have kids in here. It was like midnight, 2 o'clock.
yeah.
He's like, I got kids in here. They're asleep. Stop banging on my door. He's like, F you. I bang on your door if I want to, blah, blah. And he was trying to get in because he was like, yeah, such and such stole my keys. He was like, such and such is not here. But he was trying to get in the house. He's drunk. And then the guy, well, he doesn't know him. So he's
Right.
like, all he sees is somebody trying to get into my
banging
house.
on-
So he ends up shooting the guy. So he shot the guy. The guy has to go to the hospital. Well, the hood knew that he was with this dude. The dude was messy. Even though he took medicine, the dude was messy. Like, he always had some stuff going.
Yeah.
Well, it comes out the guy that got shot, his cousins was like, oh, you got my cousin shot. And the guy was like, I didn't get him shot. I was just with them,
Right.
but I didn't get him shot. And they was like, you got him shot. So they surely did an interview with him, and he was like, you know, I just need to get home. He was like, because I think people are going to think that it was me. It wasn't me. He was just, you know, telling them, he was like, you know, I don't really know who the guy was, but it wasn't me. I didn't have nothing to do with it. And they was like, well, you need to go straight home. We're going to talk to you tomorrow. Called him the next day. Nobody can find him. His mom was like, he was here, but he left. Come to find out, the people's cousin, the guy that got shot, his cousin ended up, I guess there was like, you know, one of the crack houses where you see the little shoestrings over the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was like this meetup place, and everybody go over there and smoke crack or do whatever they was going to do. Well, when the guy came over to plead his case to the lady, guess who comes over? The cousins. They come over, and there was this one girl. They come and they interview her. She's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know, you know, what went down. I ain't seen him. So it was her son and a girlfriend. Looked so innocent. She was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Me and him was just in the room. We was asleep. I don't know who came over. I don't think that he was there. Come to find out, the innocent girl was part of it. They went to go get ice. They was torturing him. They did a little blue light, blood everywhere in there. And they ended up, like, they cut him and let him bleed out into the into the tub, and then they took him, and I guess they call it a place where the pigs eat, chopped the po' boy up and fed him to the pigs. And the girl was part of it. And it was like, because they didn't think that she had anything to do with it. And then they saw her on this tape at QT, and it was like, why she was such and such.
Yeah.
They were buying ice and some more, so then they bring her back in. They was like, oh, we got you on tape. Okay, I'll tell you everything. And she surely did. She sung like a mockingbird. And they sure did. And I was and that's one of the cases. That one is another one where like a uncle and him and his brother got into a fight. And he shot everybody. And it was like 7 kids, from
Like
2 to 7. And he shot all the kids. When the bullets ran out, he was stabbing the kids. And I think one or two of the kids ended up living. And he was like, who did this to you? And he was like, Uncle John.
Man.
And then when they asked Uncle John, he wouldn't say nothing to the cops, but they brought his mama in. And it was like, she was like, you did it, didn't you? Like, she wasn't like judging or anything. She was like, because I mean, this is my family. She was like, you did it. He was like, yeah. She was like, well, why'd you do the kids?
Right.
And he was like, leave low witnesses. You motherfucker.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
And the little boy, I think he was like 7. He ended up was like, Uncle John did this.
Oh my goodness.
And he killed the whole family. He killed the aunts, the girlfriends, the kids. He was like, leave nobody alive.
Nobody.
But but First 48 is my stuff. Like, sometimes you'll get an episode, I just be like, okay, I don't know if I can watch this anymore. But most of the time, you'd be like, you lying.
Yeah. You know that was you.
You know you did it.
Yep.
That's sad.
That is very sad.
That's all sad.
Yeah, but that's my show. I've been watching that, for the last how many years? They got a group of seasons too. That's my show.
Jeez. What were the let's like change the subject. That was
A little dark. My bad, guys.
killing the kids and stuff.
Yeah, man.
You guys had any more topics that you guys wanted to go over
I think
today?
we did have
Well, we never talked about Cardi B.
yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about that?
We can talk about it. Oh, I think she trademarked that. Did
She sure
trademarked
did.
that?
She wasn't-
Yes.
I think she wasn't able to.
Oh, I know she tried to. If she didn't,
Yeah, she did try to.
Look, this is not the happy birthday song. You cannot trademark that.
She did try to though.
What the hell?
But we don't
going
have
on
to.
with Cardi B now?
so we do know that Mr. Verse is hot. So, how do you deal, Lady Taylor? This is one for Lady Taylor.
Oh, the ladies.
How do you deal with a sick husband?
I put him in a room, lock him in there, give him all the drugs, and just let him sleep.
Just go sleep. Go sleep,
Go
baby.
sleep. Cause he ain't no good. If he sick, he ain't no good. He just, oh Lord, help me, Lord.
Is it like the standard when the man baby is sick, where it's just like,
Yeah, I'm man, baby. I'm
He-
man, baby.
okay, he's not that bad. He's not. He
I
can,
feel like I am.
He can be, but he's not that bad. He will. You can tell when he's sick because he's just you know. It's just, and I'm like, okay, let's get started
yes,
on whatever you gotta take because I need you to get better because
Right.
you over here about to die. We ain't doing that. So I just he's good about it. He doesn't want to take the medicine.
Yeah, that'd be my thing.
Especially like if we got to go to the doctor and there's pills involved. He is not a pill person. But I'm like, look,
you better take these
you
medicines.
go, and it's like, go get the bottle of water,
Yep.
open your hand, and let's go. Like, I'm like the drill sergeant with him and the kids. I'm like, look, y'all sick. Y'all about to get better immediately.
Right.
So, because when I'm sick, I don't get to be sick.
That was exactly what the next question was gonna be, because when you said you got to fend for yourself,
No,
They
but it's
what's
not
for
even that.
dinner?
That's not even that. He's good about okay.
Yeah, I would take over.
Yeah,
I'd
he
take
takes over when I get sick, but I just feel like I can't get sick.
Right. Right.
Because I still have all this stuff to do. But he'll take care of me. And if my mom calls,
Oh yeah.
I'm taking care of her mom. I mean, all in the background.
Mhm.
You better.
Mhm.
make me come out there.
We had a deal. We had a deal.
You had to take care of my baby. That's
Take care of
right.
my
When she
baby.
gets sick, I had to take care of her right away.
And he will let her know. I'll take care
Yep.
of her. She don't want to take her medicine, Mom. I'm like,
Snitching.
I'm like,
Flip flop folk.
I'm
Strike
like-
it again.
Damn, flip flop folks.
I'm
eh?
like,
Yes.
really, dog?
Yes.
I'm like, you wait till you get sick. I'm calling my mama, your mama, everybody's mama, and
That's
tell
a-
them what you did.
That's great because I don't have no problem snitching. I'd be happy with that. I'd be like, what you say? Let me call your mama right now.
I bet you take it
I
down.
so do. I will snitch quick. I'll be so happy. He's like, you snitch. Sure did.
Sure did.
Sure did tell.
She on the
Happy
phone.
as heck. No, I ask because your boy over here. See, it's different when he's sick. Because when he's sick, he's the baby. So he just wants, I don't be trying to get sick. Because even when my kids get sick, I just be like, go in the room.
Yeah, I'm not yet.
Let me get a mask over my face. Like,
I do
go in
not
there.
want the
I'm going to
germs.
throw some medicine in there and catch it. And I'm going to close the door. So I don't be trying to get sick, but he want to be laying all on you. And then he can't breathe out his nose, so his mouth be all there. And he be drooling all on your shirt. And you just be like, yes, baby. You're sick. It's much different when you're sick. But when he got hurt with this Achilles,
Yeah.
Father Lord Jesus, I was like, bruh, he was so mean. And like the man who can't get the old grumpy man, he really can't walk too far, but he mad at everything. He mad at the squirrel and ran across
my
his lawn.
Lord.
He just be like, get the hell out of here. That's how he was. He was just sitting there because we just moved. So he was sitting there looking at the box. I can't move the box. And I can't do this. And I was just like, Verse, just sit down. I don't want to sit down. Y'all shouldn't have to move the box. This is bullshit. Like, he was just mad. I was just like, yo, calm down. It's fine. You got to go get my cookies. You got to go to the stove. You got to do this. It's just too much. And like, we ended up arguing over a mop. And I was just like, bruh, I'm just going to take myself to the doctor. First of all, you going to sit there because I took off work. I'm taking you to the doctor. Like, I'm going to take you. But I'm like, I'm going to need you to, like, I have never seen him so grumpy before. And I was just like, look. Then I told him, I said, you need to elevate it and you need to put some ice on it. We still sitting there, legs still dangling down, ain't got a bit of ice on. I was like, okay. I was like, well, do you need me to take you to the doctor? No, because they don't tell me to do the same thing you said. I was like, okay, then why you ain't doing it then? So by Sunday night, I think you need to take me to the urgent care tomorrow. I was like, okay. So then we had an incident with the mom. Then he mad about the boxes. Then he slipped on one thing. Goddamn. I was like, okay. So then we get to the doctor. And sure enough, tell the people, what did the doctor say?
What the doctor said?
Rest, ice, compression, elevation.
Look, same thing.
And I looked
I
at him.
don't listen one day.
Oh, because I ain't got an MD. I don't know what I'm talking about. So then the lady's like, I have a feeling that she said that. Yeah, sure did. So I had to have him in the lobby. And I was like, yeah, because she said for the next 3 days, he has to stay off of it. And I just looked at him. I said, okay, so we go to the lobby. I was like, for the next 3 days, I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear that you being mad because of the boxes. You going to sit your ass down, and we going to put some ice on it. And that's it. I was like, oh, we not going, no, we will. I will sit here until you agree to the terms and conditions. This dude was hellacious. I'd rather him be sick. I was like, God damn, like, this is ridiculous. It was horrible.
But you know what though? When you're in pain, it's a difference between when
different.
you're in pain and when you're sick.
Yeah.
When you're sick, but when I'm sick, I'm already just. I want to get better, but I don't sometimes want to do shit that I know gonna get better. I don't like pills.
That man.
Pain, I'm ready to punch a baby in the neck. So I'm get your babies from around me. Get your little poodle right. We'll punt that mother right now.
I got Google my ass.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
You gonna
I
gotta
hear you
Google
talking.
yourself about it here.
I hear you talking shit about me.
I don't know.
I'd
'cause
rather be sick. I'd rather be sick than have this
In
Achilles
pain.
injury.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was the fact that you were in pain or because I mean he's the only guy in our house because it's all women, it's me and the girls. So he was upset because we had to make sure that everybody sprayed the house and stuff. So we had to move boxes, and he was just like, I'm just sitting here and watching y'all move boxes. I'm just like, it's fine though, like it's okay. No, it's not. And then he was just like, I just want to get up and walk, and I'm just like, sit down before you hurt yourself. Like, you're fine.
I think he maybe I don't know. I know Rick. when he has an injury or his back goes out or whatever, I think he feels helpless.
Yeah. I
And
think that
he's
was the main thing.
You're not supposed to do that. I'm like, it's fine.
That
like
should be me.
I
Yeah.
am very capable
Right.
of doing it
Exactly.
because I know you can't.
That's not the point.
It's not the point. You ain't supposed to be doing that. I'ma do it.
See,
You
that's that man
walking,
stuff. That's exactly
you
how he
know,
was.
And you walking down, can't hardly stand up
Yeah.
straight. I'm like, if you don't sit,
Yeah.
Have several. Like, it's
Like,
fine. Like, I know
please.
that it's not like you just sitting there playing the game.
right,
And I'm over
like,
here
okay,
moving boxes.
grabbing, I'm moving the whole
Right.
damn house. Is you can't.
Yeah.
Okay, it might take me a little bit longer to do it because I don't have your help, but. It's
It's gonna
fine.
get
I'm
done.
not like, nigga, get your. Why you ain't helping me?
Like, this a
What-
bull.
There's a bug.
Is the game good?
Oh, slow ass. Can't do nothing. I'm like, it ain't that. It's just, I know you can't. So,
And the only person that was hard on him was him. And then
Yeah.
he over there mad because he just like, oh, the boxes and this and the third. So the girl's looking at me and I'm just like, I know. I don't know.
Don't worry.
Like, he
It's
is
fine.
so mad. He is mad about everything. Yes. He is mad over breakfast, like everything. I don't know.
He gang banging on bacon.
Yes, by the middle of the day, me and the girls was just like, if you don't shut your like you can't walk. Okay, we sorry.
We know.
We
sorry.
Sorry.
Let me give you my Achilles.
Like, here, we can trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. It's one of the. It's probably the most annoying injury I've had. Like, I hate not being able to walk around.
Yeah.
And like I said, like she said, we just moved, and then so it's like, yeah, it's stuff. There's stuff that happened. Like the house still looks like the first day we moved in, but maybe a little worse because we're not. You know what I'm saying? There's stuff just everywhere.
Got the hair out though.
Got the hair
Praise. I was so gonna throw that hat away.
off. It needs to get thrown
I
away.
hate that hat.
I just been wearing it because it's time to get rid of it.
Hate it.
Yeah.
And I was gonna throw it away, but I was like, no, because we got 1,000 boxes. He ain't gonna find this hat. Well, the one box he didn't open up. Goddamn.
Hey, my hat. I found my hat.
So also we have another topic. So what do you guys think about your wife or your husband having friends of the opposite sex? Like, do you think that if he has a friend of the opposite sex or she has a friend of the opposite sex that everybody has to be friends? Or can she have a guy friend and can you have a girlfriend that's not necessarily both of you guys as friends? And why?
You want to go first?
I'm okay with him having female friends because he does. But I know most of them, a lot of them. I feel like if y'all are friends, your conversations should be friends. When you go beyond that, that's when me and you got a problem. And then you going to see Shantae from Compton, California come out, and you don't want that.
Crip walking on the pole.
I will crip walk on your forehead. Like, that's what we gonna do. But if y'all keep it friendly and we good, I don't have no problem with it. And we haven't had no issues, I don't think.
Nope.
That issue.
I will say though, it would make it, I guess, easier if everybody was friends.
Mhm.
But I don't see it as a necessity. I mean, if it's where she has guy friends and pretty much what she just said, if everything is friendly, then I don't have nothing to worry about. I ain't tripping.
Just gonna go past that friend
Mm-hmm.
mark. Because
That's right.
Look at the face. That's right.
me and the homies
Amen.
who make a trip.
Are there
Jesus
friends?
still working on me.
Are there you guys ever like he had or she had a friend that you just be like, I don't like the vibes. I don't like the vibes from that one.
No.
I did.
Oh yeah, she did.
I did.
Not me though. Who was the one? Who you talking about?
I can't think of her name. But it was a comment made back in the day.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
go ahead and shut that down.
Okay.
Don't
Yeah,
do
that's
that.
right.
It was
But
just-
it was from her.
What was the comment?
Something about I'll get in trouble if she move out here or something like that. Something along those lines. And I was just like, but But then she saw it.
Your ass gonna get in trouble if you move out here. You damn right you is.
You gonna be the one.
All right.
Yeah, you gonna catch these hands as soon as you cross the border, because we ain't about that life.
I'll be sitting there waiting with putting on the What's up?
Get the Vaseline and the tennis shoes out.
Who you
Out
telling?
the bag.
And the reason why I took offense to that is because it's not like you didn't know who I was. It's not like you never met
It's
me because you
disrespectful.
did.
Mm-hmm.
You was ha ha he he on my face. You know.
Yeah, we went bowling.
We went bowling, and
some months before
and you were like,
that.
"Oh my God, so nice to meet you." And then you come with that. If I move out there, you gonna be in trouble. No, he's not.
No, I'm not.
You are. So I advise you to wherever you moving to. It ain't gonna be Arizona. It ain't gonna be here. So go on, wherever you going.
Yeah.
Texas.
Go ahead.
I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about that. While she was building it up, I said, "Oh yeah, I remember that."
I
Don't
think
pass
we
go.
yeah, like I'm gonna need you to go on, keep going.
Just don't even stop here.
The
Just
10 East is
keep going.
gone wherever you going, girl.
'cause-
Georgia, wherever.
Yeah, cause Z, I have a friend that Z, or I had a friend that Z don't approve that she gets. I guess she gets bad vibes.
That's because she
from.
wants your balls, and I know it. And I know
I used to-
that she won't them. And I'm just like, okay, all right.
Yeah, but I used to.
'cause
But I used to.
you'll
I
see
used to
these
work with
hands.
her. I used to work with her. So,
If y'all could
yeah.
see this face.
But she just. That's what she says. That's what she says. She wants your balls. I'm like, what? I don't.
Your balls, and
She
I
didn't
know it.
want them. She want to jiggle them around. She want to goggle them up.
See?
And I know that she do because it's always like, hey, verse, nigga, you ain't that funny. Like, get out of here. Get out of here. Cause she be like, hell, bitch. Oh,
Oh, hello. We
need to laugh.
Yeah. Everybody. I
And I be
want
telling him all the time. And then he was just like, well, if you want me to stop being friends with her, I stop being friends with her. No. You need to want to stop being friends with this bitch because I know that as soon as, like, oh, y'all arguing, pow.
Right.
Like, no.
You're going to get
Let
in
me
trouble.
find out.
Yeah, no, girl. No.
Yeah.
She
Somebody
hit-
going to be in trouble and somebody going to be on the run. What up?
Wow. You gonna kill somebody? Is that why you gonna be on the
We
run?
are not going to have this conversation on air. All I can say
You know what it is.
She watched first 48, so.
Wow. Yeah, definitely.
That is my show, and A
Definitely.
Thin Line Between Love and Hate is my favorite movie. So
Oh, yeah.
we just gonna leave it at that.
Craziness.
Me personally, I don't know. I just feel like it's easier for everybody to be friends,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, that's what I was
or-
saying. It just makes it easier.
Yeah, for your female friend to know your wife, and I guess they don't have to be best friends, but it's easier if
Right.
they are.
If they are.
Like
Yeah.
if you call on the phone, it's like, oh hey Sunday,
Yeah.
this is what we doing. All right, cool. Everybody in agreement. Like there shouldn't
Yeah.
be no okay. Oh, this Z calling. I'm gonna go
Let me go
outside.
outside and take the call. No.
I think
I'll be back.
I think Verse went outside on the phone conversation. I was just like, dude, who we talking to? And it was like one of his guy friends. I was just like, oh, why you had to go outside? I was like, I'm trying to set nothing up. So I didn't, because I just think that it's much easier, especially if it's another married couple.
Right.
Like if you single, it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
she's single, but she need me to go fix her sink. Nigga, you ain't supposed to fix it. Like, you gotta go call a repairman. Like, no, absolutely not. So I just think that it's easier. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's easier too. I think it's easier. I think it makes sense. Like, if you have a friend, or if as a person you're a friend to somebody that's married, and that person's the opposite sex of you, then it should kind of be in your plans to like know and at least at some point in time introduce yourself and you know what I'm saying, be aware of that of that person and stuff like that. Like definitely like with any like female friends that I have that like have guys and stuff like that, I'll be like, oh yeah, bet, hey, he should come out, like he could come out with us and we can do this together and stuff like that. Like I very rarely ever encountered my friend Crystal's guy, but I always invite them out to do stuff, but they don't never go outside.
No,
So
there
like,
you
you
go.
know what I'm saying? So
There you go.
but yeah, I've constantly tried to, invite him or them some places and stuff like that. And my whole thing is like, it sometimes I guess if you think too hard about it, it can seem kind of corny to have like to in a sense set up play dates. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like like especially and sometimes it's like that too when you guys have like when you have a friend that's a girl, and you'll be like, "Oh, I'm going over here. You should come over here with me. She has a husband." Like it's like,
Why are you over
because
there?
Burst tried to do that one time before. It was a while ago, and coming from here from Virginia, like I used to stick to myself, and I still kind of do. Like you can't really trust too many people, and I'm not a truster of people very easily. So I used to just chill by myself. I was my own best friend, like chilling, whatever. And so one day he was like, "Yeah, such and such wants to come over. He has a girlfriend." The hell does that mean? Okay.
I wonder what I was talking about. I wonder who I was talking about.
It was I don't think it was one. It was somebody. I want to say it was one of the twins. It was somebody because she had like a little baby, and they ended up coming to the house, and like their baby ended up coming.
Ivan.
Yeah,
Ivan.
he was
Ivan.
like, yeah, he has a girlfriend, and y'all can hang out. I was like, you set me up on a plate.
You be doing that to me. You be doing that to me too. Same thing. Same thing. And then it's just like we gotta
folk,
be.
I was like, hey. I was like, you gotta meet folk. You gotta meet folk. I was like, it's so cool. Like, you gotta meet
no, that's
them.
cool to me because, like I said, to me that's different. That's different to like if you two are friends and I meet him through you being friends. That's cool. There's a difference though. Like if you two are friends and then y'all try to link up and then we gotta like
And
just.
then we just.
You're
Like, we don't like
We gotta be like, all right, what's up now? All right.
like granted at some point in time or maybe even eventually immediately we might click and everything might be cool, but it's just always kind of awkward. Like 'cause it's like it's not like I said, like you two being friends, you guys have a stake in, you know what I'm saying, the friendship of and how this is going on, you know, how this is gonna happen. So it's a little different. It's a little different. Like just like yeah, because I remember one time you brought me like to a birthday party. It was like a kid's birthday party for like one of your friends when you was at the. I think it was when you was at the.
Yeah. At the law firm.
Yeah, so one of your friends you took and then I was just, oh yeah, her guy's in the room. Like, oh okay, go in the room. Oh hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm Simone. And it's
That's an awkward
you don't
conversation.
and it's like you don't even know him, so he's like Simone.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like if you don't know him, then I'm supposed to introduce
Like
myself.
y'all ain't even introduced.
Yeah.
She said that coming here like play some Madden. You got some Madden
You
or
got
something,
Madden, right? You got
You
Madden.
trying to play? Or,
And it's like, what if like these like we don't do the same shit? Like you come here, you be like, you got Madden or something? Like, nah, I don't play video games.
You don't play video
What's
games.
wrong with you?
Oh yeah, but the Rockets and the Warriors is on right now. I don't really watch basketball. I'm not a basketball kind of guy.
Like, what do you do?
What do you want to do?
Like I got some E&J. Yeah.
I don't really drink.
Like, oh.
Not really at all.
I mean, like,
Shit,
hey, see, who's this?
Who did you have over here playing with? 'Cause this is ridiculous.
You invite me over here.
Come get this.
I don't know what's going on.
And he just come out with some weird shit or something. Like you want to play? We could play backgammon. Play backgammon.
Backgammon is fun. I will say.
But then I'm the kind of person, I go, I play with
I
it.
try.
Whatever it
I
takes.
try.
I
Tell
go
me what we gotta do.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, I agree with you. I agree with everybody. It works better when everybody is cool with each other because you can do more things and then you can spend time together and still do the fun things too.
Game nights.
So, but I also think it's kind of important to have your own friends as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people that you can confide in without
Without bias.
Yeah, without bias or conflicting interests.
Like, well, that's my girl, so I really can't,
It's just it becomes a tricky situation.
Not opposite sex. I'm just saying friends.
Yeah, that's what I
period.
mean. Like you should definitely have your own friends, and that's great. But it becomes tricky if you do have a friend of an opposite sex, though.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, is that your friend, or she just waiting for y'all
Right.
to have an argument?
Wait.
And then like, I knew you were trying to get this ball. I knew it. But it's like, but you can definitely have like, I guess. You can have guy friends that don't necessarily friends with your wife or your girlfriend.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna friend. I might have some like guy friends that I don't really necessarily want to like hang out around my wife or know my wife like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I might not even hang out with them that much. Like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This person of a distance. So
Right.
yeah, like some people just not. Some friends are just not like bring home friends.
That's true.
Like
And then sometimes
That's true.
Sometimes I got bring home friends, but my old ass. When I get home, I'm done. When I take my shoes off, I'm done. Sometimes I ain't got
When these shoes
time.
come up, that's
That's
it.
it.
I'm done.
Like, don't call me.
That's it.
Like what my grandma used to say, when my foot's getting the air, I'm done. Foots, not feet, foots. I'm done, man. I just be tired. So,
I can dig that 100%.
Yep.
So, what do you guys think about tattoos? Like, would you ever get Lady Tay, and would you ever get,
I would get Lady
Tay.
Tay, but ask her if she'll ever get a
A
tattoo.
tattoo.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I don't have any.
Aw.
I don't like needles. Let's just start there.
She got that virgin skin.
Yeah. I do. I'm just like I like them, but
They look nice.
they look real nice. They're real nice and intricate. And he got some. I'm like, ooh, look, And we had talked about it, getting matching tattoos. I think was it before the wedding?
Yeah,
After
like
the wedding.
sometime
Something
before the wedding
around the wedding.
that we talked about.
We talked about it and we looked up the pictures and all that. Oh, that's cute. Oh, yeah. And I was like, My hands got sweaty. Woo, I don't know if I can do it.
You need a minute?
And I think I watched the YouTube video.
Oh, that's like going to WebMD.
Pretty much.
And they were like showing the close up of what it is. And I was like, oh, hell no. Like, we ain't doing that. I was like, but you can go ahead and just go house.
I'll get some more.
I know
Get
you
two
would.
of 'em.
But when
Go
you
ahead.
brought up WebMD, it's like, I got a little bump. You got AIDS.
That
Hell
is exactly. Like, you know what?
no. Never mind. I was just playing.
I was like, yeah.
You be like, I got a headache, aneurysm. Oh,
And I'm like trying to ask him. I'm like, oh, so how does it feel?
That's
How
about to
does
be
it
a new
feel?
thing. I'm about to start making memes like that. I'm about to start making memes like that. I got a cough. WebMD. You got cancer. Damn.
Yeah, I'm like asking him, like, okay, so how does it feel? Like, what should I do? Is there something I can take that will?
Like, get some cream. Can I rub?
I was it was like this cream I saw. I can't remember the name. I was like, can I put that on before it don't hurt as much? It was like, yeah, no.
No.
I'm like, damn. Yeah, I ain't doing that. But I'm like, you go right ahead.
it hurts. I wouldn't say it hurt. It depends on where you get it.
Exactly.
Right.
And then, like, even then, it could feel like cat scratches, like little, little scratches or
Yeah.
whatever. Because I'm not a fan of needles either. Like, I got a whole routine of when I need to get my blood drawn.
Oh, yeah, me too.
I'm like, okay, so this is what you gotta do, right? You gotta take my arm. I gotta look.
I can see it.
Because they be like, look away. No, because then it's gonna surprise me and I'm gonna jump. You gonna be like,
See,
don't
I
move.
don't.
How
I look away.
So I'm like, I
look
gotta look.
away.
And I'm like, okay, but before you stick me, you gotta be like 1, 2, 3, and I gotta take a breath in while you do it. And they just be looking at me like, you a whole grown ass woman. Do not judge me because I do not feel shame. Like, do it.
But you like tattoos, though.
I do.
Yeah, she likes getting tattoos.
I was a little scared when I got this one though. I ain't want to tell my brother because I went because we got matching sibling tattoos.
Oh, okay.
I was scared as hell because it's been a long time, and I was like, "Yeah, can't be no punk from my brother."
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely did. But we have each other's names on us, but it was a whole scenario.
What?
About what? Yes, it was. In your grandma's house when we was talking
Oh,
about
when we was
it.
first talking about it.
We was
I
first
want a
talking
whole
about it.
scenario.
It was
It's a
because he was just
conversation.
like, "No, I just don't think that we should do it because it's bad luck." And I was like, "Bad luck? Why would it be bad luck?" And he was like, "No." And so me and my best friend was just like, "We should just go and get the tattoo."
Horrible decision.
I knew you was gonna get it.
Okay, I'm just saying that's a horrible decision. Just be like, we just gonna go get it.
I was like, "Fine, let's do
You
it."
got to plan that.
Well, I kind of figured.
That's a half court shot.
I knew. I was like, look, I don't know what your relationship is like. It's gonna turn out great for me, either that or we're gonna have some problems. It's gonna be some smoke in the city. So I was like, let's do it, and we did it, and we came home. It was like, look, and he was pretty happy about it. But I was like, that's great. When you
When you
yours?
gonna get yours?
We can set that up right now.
I know a guy.
They still
I
open.
know someone.
I was like, I don't know.
That's how he was.
I get it.
Fibs.
I'll get one.
Don't fib to the people.
How soon did I get it?
It was
Like
like
a week or
yeah,
something.
it was like the
A couple
next
weeks,
week.
maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have no problem with it.
You was trying to act too cool for school. Like, you know you was happy. And you was like, oh, yeah, I gotta go get mine.
Yeah, I was happy.
Too cool for school, though, man.
I gotta psych myself up for that.
You can
Just
do
get
it.
something small first.
That's what I told her. Get something small first. And then when you like it, you're going to be like, nah, I want this one.
I will say this. I will never get another chest tattoo in my life. It was
I
this
ain't doing
big, buff, bald head white dude, probably from Skinhead, Sylvania. And he was like, she had tattoos all on his forehead and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Oh, my
And I was
gosh.
just like, okay. He was like, yeah, I'm going to do yours. I was like, okay.
You have to?
I want it right here. He was like, okay. So he got a thing and he started. And I was just like, oh God. I was like, oh God. And he started laughing. He was like, you okay? I was sweating. I was sweating. I was like, oh my God. And I was like, okay. Oh no. Because he was getting all in there.
See?
And so his legs was open.
Oh my Lord.
And I'm sweating. My hands are sweating. And I'm just like, and I put my hand on his knee and I'm squeezing. I was just like, oh God. I was like, are you married? And he was like, yeah. Don't tell your wife.
Don't tell your
I was so hurt. I would never, the chest, I don't see how people can get them big ass thug life tattoos. No,
Don't do that either.
ever.
No.
But like the one I got on my wrist, that one pretty good. Like it wasn't too bad. It was a little uncomfortable, but it wasn't like that chest. Oh, God. And then I look down. You only on T. Oh God. Oh, man. I was dying.
2 letters? Hell no.
Like how many?
We need a break.
How many letters?
I think it's cool though. I think like after going through it, it feels cool to it feels good to have went through it.
And after you get it, it doesn't hurt anymore.
Yes.
Like as soon as the needle leaves your skin, you're good.
It's not like you're going to be in pain for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know that. It's just
Some irritation.
Yeah.
the
It's gonna be irritating.
You get that,
action of tattooing.
you
I'm
get
like,
that,
The ointment.
yeah.
But it's not like a needle. It's just like, you know.
Somebody. This is like hella left. This is hard left right here. But somebody, not that hard of a left. But somebody suggested this THC ointment to use on my Achilles. It was like they got like THC products and stuff like that. It helps relieve pain or something like that. I never tried.
That might work.
Is that
I
like
never
weed
tried none of
ointment?
that. Yeah, it's made from
It's gonna get
it's
you
made
high?
from marijuana. No, it's not gonna get me high. It's a pain reliever.
That's pretty dope.
That is pretty dope.
They said they're gonna see if they can get me some. I'm gonna try it.
That might work.
Try it.
I tried. My finger.
Everything on everything.
It hurts.
my toenail hurt.
Toenail. I need some of that
Rub it on there.
THC.
Rub it on there.
Yeah.
Rubbing on my pinky toe.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. We got nothing else?
Well, we have that one other topic that we had in cut. Now was it?
I don't know what that one was.
Well,
We're at 1 minute and 13, or I said a minute, an hour and 13 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So, what do you guys think about when you get into a relationship with a person? Do they have to be the same religion as you?
That is a good one. I would say what is it? Saint, whatever the people that believe in the devil shit.
Satanic.
That's it.
Satanism.
That might be the one where I'd be like, yeah, no.
You was not for me.
You not for me. You cute now, but
But nah, I ain't
no.
talking to the devil.
I haven't had that situation. Well, I guess technically, yes, I have. I am in one now. I don't know if you heard of an Episcopal church. Okay. It's
Explain.
kind of close to Catholic or the Catholic Church, but instead of Mary being the center, Jesus is the center. Real quiet, no loud music, nothing. It's just really, I'm sure you see it. It's just like a Catholic church, really quiet, really quick.
Like the ones
And
that
you
Miss
out.
Sharon go to?
I don't know. I never been to her church.
Because she be talking about her church that she goes to, and she was like, they don't have any music, and like they sing, but they don't have any music. And I'm just like, Miss Ron, you been singing like loud? You know, maybe y'all should have some music.
like we had like an organ, but then that'd be about it. A lot of investments and everything. It's a whole lot. It's a lot.
It's like y'all had altar boys.
Yeah,
all that.
it's a whole lot.
So
like
it's still like you believe in Jesus, but it's just like quieter.
it's just a lot quieter than the Baptist church. So imagine me the first time I grew up in an Episcopal church. Imagine me going to a Baptist church for the first time. I was like,
What?
How old was you the first time?
let me see. I was probably 9 or 10.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I was of age where I'm used to one way of,
Yeah.
We did communion every Sunday.
Yeah.
It's a lot different. But yeah, I went to that Baptist church and I saw this one lady. She was running around the church, and I was like, "Where's she going?" Because I didn't know. Like I was way off. But technically, it's the different title, but it's the same. Everything is the same.
Jesus.
Same Jesus. Yep. So technically, it's two different religions, but not really in this situation.
What's the music called? Like the dancing music? Like when? What is that music called? You know what I'm talking about? Yes.
I don't.
Yes.
Does it
What
have
is
a
that?
title?
I don't think it does. I think you
That
just
has
know
to
that
have
the
a
whole
title.
dance is
Sanctified,
coming.
ain't that
Yeah.
That has to have a
That's it.
title.
You just
I'm
know
telling
that
you. That's it right there.
Yeah.
And when that song came on, everybody started, they start getting loud and clapping and stuff. And then I saw a lady take off like she was slow jumping. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Where am I at? I was mad. Yeah, that
Should
was
we all be running?
I didn't bring my track shoes.
First time I seen somebody catch the ghost, and then people was like protecting the person.
Yes.
Like I gotta protect this person from themselves.
From herself,
like
yeah.
She might
Like
hurt
we
herself.
gotta surround her.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
was just like, yo, this
oh
is
shit, she's sick.
like, yeah. What's wrong with her? Like when I was young, and I was asking my grandma, "What's wrong with her, grandma?
Yeah.
Is she okay?
Yeah.
She's got the Holy Ghost, child. Oh, okay.
She good.
She got a ghost.
Yeah.
She has a ghost in her. Like that was so frightening as a child. Like,
Yeah.
she got a ghost in her.
Is some ghosts up in here?
Like,
Because I grew up in a Baptist church, so
Yes.
amen.
Amen.
And I know when I grew up, my grandfather was the minister, founder, the whole thing. Grandma first, all that. And I think I was maybe 6 or 7 when I first saw somebody fall out. And I'm like, ooh, like, what is going on? And then they fan, and I'm like, Mama, what the heck is going on? And then they start playing the music, and I'm like, this is, And then I got older, and I'm like, it's the same lady that's
You
falling
fall
out. And
Sister Jenkins,
And
get the sheet,
Right.
put over. Her drawers is showing everybody.
I'm like, it's the same lady, and it's like, again. And I'm like, Mama, again. She like, well, she get the spirit. And I'm like, nah, she don't get the
You
spirit.
can't ask too many
doggone-
questions. You get hit with the fan.
Right.
Like, shut up, child.
Like,
I
she
was
don't
just
get
asking.
the spirit
Well, Mama,
every Sunday.
I was just asking. Like, tell me you're blasphemous.
I'm just
You
like
just know I'm confused. I don't know.
I'm just asking. She get the spirit
No.
every Sunday at the same time.
Now, hold up. Oh,
Mama.
11:59 up, Sister
And
Jenkins.
there she
I
go.
knew it.
Oh, I see your hand go up. There she go. I'm like, dude.
But see, my mom had the tambourine.
All
She
right.
okay.
She used to be offending people in front of her because people be like, if you don't like my praise, you gotta move.
You gotta move.
They got the devil on them. They ain't like my tambourine.
That ain't nothing
Like,
but
no,
the damn devil.
we praying. You, I just want to. They praying. Like no, but no. She had the tambourine. She was the first one.
There she
She
go.
was getting her tambourine. Like,
Praise
okay.
her Lord.
Let's
All
go.
right.
So it wouldn't be a problem if they were like if he was Muslim or.
I think it would be different. I don't think it would be a problem because I feel like if that's your belief, I'm not going to try to change what you are and what you have been. So I'm like, if that's what you do, that's what you do. I'm going to still be my Baptist self. Because I went to a Catholic school from kindergarten to 8th grade.
St. Albert.
Shouts
out
Shouts.
to y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. But, and they tried to convert kids that were not Catholic, and I'm like, nope.
Still love
I'm
Jesus.
Baptist,
and
and
I'ma
I
love
love
him tomorrow.
Jesus, and we don't do communion every mass or whatever. We do it first Sunday, and that's it.
Mhm.
But I don't see a problem with your partner or whatever doing something different.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like maybe the principles will have to be the same. Maybe like you said, like we both have to like believe in the same God.
Right.
Right.
I don't know, because I think the conflict would come in is like where do the kids lie?
Yeah. True.
Yep.
And it's like, I don't know. I guess the only fair way to do that would be to participate in both, and
Let
then
them
have the
decide, yeah.
kids decide when they get of age to decide.
Yeah.
But that's just speaking. I don't know.
I mean, with me, I guess in your case, because you both still believe in Jesus, it's fine.
It was
Yeah.
a lot
But I
easier.
never wanted to be unequally yoked. I didn't
Right.
want to be with someone who was of a different religion than me. Because, I mean, if we had kids, the Jesus I serve, he blesses everybody,
Yeah.
and every knee shall bow and every tongue can confess. How can you confess if you over there with Buddha? Like, so I just didn't, that was just me personally. I didn't want to be with someone who didn't. And then the Muslims be coming at you hard. Now they be like, you a queen. Know your worth.
Okay.
White man.
White, oh, white Jesus.
Why you so aggressive? And you trying to get a number? Like, let's put her down.
Listen, sister.
Like,
You
I
a
stopped.
Nubian princess queen. And you
Like, why you looking at me like
I stopped eating bacon. What else?
Like, what you want?
yeah. So I just, but I would have to say, growing up in the church, I did have to learn not to be judgmental.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the worst kind of people is them church people.
You got that
And
right.
I love the Lord Jesus, but them church people, and I think I remember the day where I was just like, you know what, you're right. Do you remember the day?
What?
When I had to basically check myself and be like, you are absolutely right. It was when Jiz was coming over. And and Jiz was coming over. He was like, yeah, he coming over, blah, blah, blah. And then he was like, yeah, but I got to tell you, he a Muslim. He a Muslim. Grab the holy water. Jesus. On everything. Anoint the baby. Like, we can't. And then I was up here on the whole rant. Like, my arms was flaring. I was like, he coming into the house. We got to bless it. Lord, let it shade. And Verse was just looking at me, and he was just watching me prance around, and then after a while, he was just like, but why? And I was like, but why what? And he was like, but why do we have to do all that? He was like, he's not here to, give you a bean pie or to be like, do what I say to do. He was like, he's coming over to hang out.
By the way, bean pies are pretty good.
I have
though.
never had one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
But I mean, like, and I stopped, and he was like, but that question, but why? And I was just like,
yeah, but why? Yeah, like, but why?
I don't have
I don't have a reason.
like you is right. And so, after, we talked a little bit, and he was the nicest person ever. And I was just like, you are so nice. and from that day, I was like, you have to check yourself, because it's like you get so caught up in what I believe is right. Even though, I still believe that Jesus is the reason. Like, you can believe that, but it's like you can't shove that down someone's throat. If that's not because you can't shove no Buddha down my throat at all.
Exactly.
Like, if you come over here with that Buddha, you just might as well walk back over there, because you're wasting your time. So it's like, it's the same thing. So that was the day that I was just like, absolutely right.
Yeah.
I couldn't be with him, but like, there's no need to. If that's what you believe, and that's what you believe.
Yep.
100%.
I completely agree. Well, guys want to wrap this up?
Wrap it up.
We can.
You want to start with Leaving with Love?
Well, I always got to start.
Or I'm saying, you want to start with that, or we want to do what's in our cups?
Sure, we can start. We can start with Leaving with Love.
Okay. So I'll go first then, I guess, since you don't want to go first.
I can go first.
Go first then.
See, I'm on the spot.
Yeah. Said
During this whole moving fiasco, and we'll definitely talk about that on a later podcast, but after this fiasco, a lot of people would ask us like, "How are you guys doing?" Like it's a lot of stress and things like that.
Moving,
And one thing, like when you're moving and you didn't know that you had to move, and you have to pull money out of places of your body that you did not even know that you have.
That's right.
Like that was never our problem. Like stressful situations were never a problem that we did get at each other's throats a couple times, and then we had to be like, this is because we're both stressed out.
Right,
But stressful issues never really got us down. We didn't been through a fire and all of that, and it's never really, so, but during this time, I definitely do appreciate them because I'm not really a crier at all. But it was one point where we had so many closed doors in our face. Like it was a couple, we was like, yeah, we in there, we know what we doing, and it was like, nope. And it was like, got to the point where people was lying on us and a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm just like, okay, God, for real. Like I'm at the point where I cannot provide for my family, not because I don't work, not because of anything that I'm not doing, but I'm like, how am I supposed to fix this? Like this is completely out of our control. I have no idea what we're going to do. And at that moment, I wouldn't say broken. I bent though. I was almost broken.
Yeah.
And I sobbed like so hard, and I just caught him. Like I was sobbing. And he was just like, it's gonna be so okay, and we're gonna be fine. And his strength, even though I called my mom, and I ended up crying some more because when soon as your mama get on the phone, she'd be like, "What's wrong?"
Girl,
like that
mama bring it out.
But that strength that he had, I was just like, you're right. You were right. Let me get myself together. But it was like the strength of us that we came together, and we did, even though you ended up hurt, but we came together and we did what we had to do. And Jesus and God really, really blessed us, but we weren't at each other's throats, and we weren't like, oh my gosh, this didn't break our relationship. If anything, it made us stronger. And we didn't necessarily go to where we wanted to go, and it wasn't the perfect situation that we thought it was going to be, but it's for his good and it's for our good. So with that, I just love your strength and everything, being so supportive and just being there, and just being so strong. And then it's just all of it. If anything, it brought us closer together.
Yeah, definitely. Something like that will definitely do that for you.
Yeah, it's either gonna make you or it's gonna break you.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate
kind of along the same lines. I love. Not really along the exact same lines, but I love your toleration levels when it comes to dealing with me. Like when, like we were talking about earlier with, me being sick, or now me having this injury, and how frustrating it is not to be able to move around and help out around the house, not able to fully function at work, missing days out of work. That means missing pay from work, stuff like that. It's been a really frustrating, hard time for me, but you've always been there to talk me out of it. Sometimes a lot of times with tough love, even in times where I'm like, yo, I don't need no tough love right now. I need like a good baby right now.
I need
like,
that woo woo.
I can't walk this off. Like, hey, walk it off. I can't walk it off. So, but so it's like, I really appreciate, how much you tolerated with me and been able to stick in the pocket and, make sure that I'm good and make sure that I have the motivation, because you were a part of the motivation and helping me understand and realize I'm hurt right now, and I just got to deal with it, move around how I can and get through it. And then there'll be a time where I look back and be like, damn, no, I was hurt, so I love that about you as far as sticking in the pocket with me.
Of course. Family, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's when to go. That's guys want to go.
That's them raw Robinsons over there.
Oh, got big booty right Your turn, guys.
All right, motherfuckers.
All right.
It's about that time.
You gotta leave with love first.
Oh, we gotta do the love and then the drug.
Yes.
My bad.
You jumped the gun.
I was
Like, what's in the cut?
Well, there was a time, and I know you guys normally go with what's current.
No, I don't have to be
No,
this
just
current.
with
Oh,
love.
okay.
Just say what you love about the person.
okay.
One thing that you love about the person.
I'm saying like this then. there was a time when we first reconnected, because we've been knowing each other for years. We first reconnected. I had a shitty job. And then, at the very beginning, yeah, I had a shitty job. And so I didn't, I wasn't really able to do a whole bunch, I was living with my pops at the time. This is after me and my co-parent broke up and all that shit. They took me in. And it was times where I needed stuff. And it would just come out in the conversation. Lady Tay over here would send a brother a care package of essentials. It would be stuff like underwear, just whatever it was that I needed.
Shouts to Lady Tay.
And she would send it to me, and she was always so patient and just so understanding of my situation. Where she didn't judge me like that. So that's just one of the many things.
And I just want to chime in, like that's what I think that it causes people to stay together, because most people, men and women, want an already made person. Mm-hmm. They have to already be making six figures. They got to already have a bomb job. They got to already have a bomb car
before you even consider it.
Right. Exactly. Before, and then it's like, if he make this much money, then I know he a good person. Like, he just beat you sometimes. Sometimes you can't see that your left eye. And I just think that, like, whether it's the woman or the man that is broken at that time, that's going to help you down the line. Because just because you have the bomb job and you didn't, doesn't mean that down the line you ain't gonna have the bomb job and you gonna be laid off. Right. Like I just think that kind of thing, if you're able, when you're first meeting or you're first getting together, like, you my man, and if you have no socks, no drawers or whatever, I got you. And I love that about one of y'all episodes when you ordered that baby ass steak.
No, the half rack of ribs.
Yeah, the baby ribs. And you was just like, if you don't get you a grown man, then
okay, I'll take a full ride.
I loved that. Like, that was one of the bombest parts of the episode, because I was just like, my girl, because that is so something that I would do. Like, what is with this kids meal? If you eat like, I'm like, I don't get a half a rack of ribs, so what the hell would you get a half a rack of ribs?
I feel it though, because I probably would have did the same thing. Like, let me get. Let me get a side of fries
and a water. We're living in it. We're living in it.
Squeeze in it. Because he used to try to do that too. I was like, what are you doing? And I know.
Trying to run up the check right now.
Right. I'm trying to be a cheap date.
Yeah.
We said the early.
So like,
I think that's what his issue was. I should be paying anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and be light on your pocket.
Light on the pocket,
bruh. You're gonna be hungry in like 2 hours.
I can hear your stuff. I trying to go in for a kiss.
You ain't ate all day. Like, dude, can you not just get the full rack?
Definitely.
Anyway,
So that's one of the many things I love about Lady Tay.
So nice. Don't shoot me. Okay. I love the fact that you have not changed from when we first reconnected. You are still that gentleman. You are still funny. You are still concerned about me. It's not just, oh, that's my wife now, so she all right. She'll be all right. It was, a time last year that we were going through a difficult time because of events that happened that were beyond my control. And he was like that cheerleader. Like, he was like, yeah, you got this, girl. It's gonna be all right. Like, and he was like, yeah, if that would have been me, I still would have been crying about it. I still would have been, And he was like,
took me 2 weeks.
It took me 2 weeks to get over that, and you were like on the ball. So I like that, or I love that he is my cheerleader, even 9-10 years down the line. So I love you.
That's definitely something that I don't know when. I think I told you. I was just like, well, when we first went to McFadden. Well, not was it McFadden?
Yeah, it was
we
McFadden's.
Went out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was one. No, it wasn't McFadden's. It was the other place. Remember where it was a fight that broke out?
JJ.
Oh, JJ.
Oh, the fight at JJ's. Oh, yeah.
When we went there. And then I saw you at work the next day, and I was just like, the connection that y'all have is beautiful. Like, I love it.
Yeah, I remember when she said that. Yep.
Like, I know we talked about, like, friends of the opposite person. I was like, that's one thing I always do. Like, I am not for the disrespect of, I don't, like, when we were dropping off our dog, and it was to one of his, his friends that we were giving our dog to. And I was like, okay, who's going to be at the house? And he was like, oh, well, his mom is going to be there. And he's like, oh, but such and such gets off at 1. I was like, no. I was like, I'll go over there before he get off to drop off the dog, and then I'm going to leave. He was like, oh, you can be there when. I was like, yeah, but it's just, you don't do that. Like, I don't want to come into your home with your dude being there and you're not there, kind of thing. Yeah. So it's just like I was like, I love y'all's dynamic, and then he was like, yeah, you got a new best friend, cool. That's my bestie.
Because I was like, she was like, do she know how to do the wobble? I'm like, I don't know. Let me ask her. And then when I had asked her, I said, well, yep, there go the new best friend right there.
Everybody can't do the wobble.
All of this,
you know what I'm talking about? So, yeah.
So I definitely love you guys' connection and the dynamic. And as soon I was like, oh, okay, that's what we gotta do. I was like, you gotta meet Verse.
Yeah.
I think you said something about like a podcast, like you wanted to do one.
Yeah.
I got you. You was like, for real?
Yeah, I was excited. Yeah. This is I mean, listening to podcasts made me want to do podcasts. And I'm like, man, I could do that. Now I can really do that. And you talking about somebody that hate to talk to customers on the phone. I'm not really long-winded, but then I get behind the mic and I can just talk all day. I can just talk.
That's because you don't want to talk about that damn problem.
Yeah.
Get off the phone. You know you did it. Get off the phone.
That was you.
All right. So what's in our cups? All right, there you go. Introduce it like you.
Go ahead now.
All right, motherfuckers. It's about that time. It's the point of the show that everybody been waiting on. This is when we find out what is in our cup. And I want to start on the reverse side. Okay. I'm going to ask Z.
Good.
Z, what you got in your cup?
Well, me and Verse have the same thing in our cup. So what we drinking on, baby?
We're drinking Sprite. What's the bottle?
Is that limonade?
Lemonade.
I always want to call it lime because it's L-Y.
Yeah, I'll say the same thing too.
Limonade?
I always want to say lemonade too.
Might be lemonade.
It might be. We'll call it lemonade, whatever.
Yeah.
What they gonna do?
They don't sponsor us. So we say their name backwards.
Yeah.
It rips.
Yeah.
It rips.
It rips. No. It's lemon lime soda.
Yeah. Lemon lime and lemonade flavored soda with real juice. Okay. Yeah.
So we drinking that Sprite lemonade.
Yeah.
In our cups. What y'all got in y'all cups?
Well, since we got the drive, we also sipping on Sprite. But what kind of Sprite we got?
We have naturally lemon, lime, strawberry, and pineapple flavored soda.
It's pineapple.
Pineapple with natural flavors.
Natural flavor.
Oh, that tropical.
That's tropical.
We got other natural flavors.
Yeah.
So we drinking on Sprite. Yeah, we're gonna have to get this situated so we can be at the crib.
Oh yeah,
sipping on something nice.
Sipping on something real nice.
She like, not me.
Yeah, we had a little bit of wine.
We
got that.
Maybe some aromatherapy.
Yes.
Some herbal essence.
Some herbal essence.
Medication.
Well, it's been fun.
I'll just smell it.
Fun.
That's it. You smell good in here.
That's what she do too.
Like, I never want to partake, but as soon y'all go into the car and sit right up in there. Just chilling.
I just want to say that this right here, absolutely. We definitely got to do this again. This is too much fun. Too much fun.
This was as fun as I thought it was going
to be. Yeah. And while we were talking, I'm like, damn, this is actually the way I pictured it.
Yeah.
This was it. I couldn't think of how it was going to start. But once the ball started rolling, I'm like, this is exactly what I felt.
So So we definitely gonna have to do this collab again.
Oh yeah, for sure. Even though for some reason Anchor don't like to keep on recording, so it cut me off.
Oh man.
Again.
So
Well, I got the audio file to give to you. so you
yeah,
can post
man, definitely gonna do that.
Slide that to you.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, okay. I am VA Verse. Across from me, as usually, is my beautiful wife Z. And
We
this,
got our lady tag.
and this has been For Better or Worse.
Rio Rum Punch. This has been For Better or Worse. And what's in your
What's in your
What's
cup?
in your cup?
The collab.
Next
They
time,
they not ready for us.
They
but
not
I'm
ready.
sure.
They not ready for us at all. We're gonna have to do part 2.
Hey.
Thank y'all for having us.
We'll see you guys next week, and
Yeah.
y'all will see everyone. When's y'all next episode coming?
It will probably be sometime Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that. It'll be this week.
So when you hear this is Sunday, we'll see you next week, and we'll see you
Yeah.
guys in a couple days.
For sure.
All right, y'all take it easy.
Peace out.
Peace and love.